Have you ever really stopped to think about why you chose that specific coffee today or that particular phone in your pocket? Well, there's this fascinating invisible game happening all around us where every single company is fighting for your business. So today, we're going to pull back the curtain and look at their playbook.
Seriously, just for a second, think about it. Was it the cheapest, the best quality, or maybe it was just the most convenient option? Whatever the reason, that little split-second decision you made is actually the key to understanding this entire game.
You see, it turns out there's a hidden logic behind why we buy what we buy. And once you see the pattern, you start to notice how the entire world of business is basically built around it.
So what are those factors? Well, in the business world, they call them key purchasing criteria. You can think of it as a mental checklist you run through, sometimes without even realizing it, right before you decide to buy something.
And that checklist almost always comes down to these four big things. Price, is it a good deal? Quality, is this thing going to last? Variety, can I get it exactly how I want it? And timeliness, how fast can I get my hands on it? Every purchase you make is basically you, in your head, negotiating between these four things. Okay, but here's where it gets a little deeper. In any decision, some of those criteria are just the basics, the things you expect. But then there's usually one factor that's the actual reason you pull the trigger. There's a huge difference between a must-have and a real deal-maker. Let's put some official names on these: order qualifiers and order winners. Order qualifiers are just the ticket to the game, the bare minimum you expect. A car having 4 wheels is an order qualifier. But the order winner? That's the knockout punch. That's the one feature that makes you choose that product over all the others. But, and this is a huge but, the goalposts are always moving. What was a totally amazing, mind-blowing feature yesterday can become a standard. Of course it has that expectation tomorrow. Just take air conditioning in a car. Back in the day, AC was a total luxury item. It was a definite order winner. People would pay a lot extra for it. But today, come on, it's a standard order qualifier. You wouldn't even consider a new car that didn't have it. What was once the ultimate deal maker is now just part of the deal.
Okay, so that's how our brains work when we're shopping. We're looking for those qualifiers and we're hunting for that one order winner. But now, let's flip the script. How do companies on the other side of the counter build their game plan to win us over?
Every smart company has a game plan. They aren't just guessing what we want. They are strategically building their entire operation to deliver on what they believe will be our order winner.
It's a lot like a sports team. A team can't have the best offense, the best defense, and the best special teams all at once. It's just not possible. They have to decide where they're going to dominate and then build their entire strategy around that specific strength. And in the business world, these areas of focus are called competitive priorities. A company makes a very conscious choice to compete by being the cheapest, that's cost, or the best, that's quality, maybe the most adaptable with lots of options, that's flexibility, or just the absolute fastest, that's speed. And this is probably the single most important rule of business strategy. You have to choose. It is literally impossible to be the cheapest, the best, the fastest, and offer the most options all at the same time. Something has to give. You have to make a trade-off.
And those trade-offs have very real consequences. If a company wants to have the lowest costs, they might have to sacrifice a little bit on quality. If they want to offer you a million different choices, all that complexity is probably going to slow them down. It's a constant balancing act.
So, if every company is making these trade-offs, what separates the good from the truly great? What's the secret sauce that lets a company just totally dominate their market?
Well, the answer is something called a core competency. And this isn't just something a company is good at. No, a core competency is a deep, fundamental, almost unfair advantage that's woven into the very fabric of the business. And for something to be a true core competency, it has to pass 3 tests. First, it has to deliver some kind of superior value to you, the customer. Second, it's got to be incredibly difficult for competitors to copy. And finally, it has to be rare. I mean, if everyone's doing it, it's not an advantage, right? Think about McDonald's. Their core competency isn't making burgers. It's radical, insane consistency. Serving 9 million pounds of fries a day where every single one tastes exactly the same, that is an operational superpower that is almost impossible to imitate. Or take Apple. Their core competency is design.
It's the way they seamlessly blend their hardware and software into an experience that just feels beautiful and intuitive. Plenty of companies make great phones, but Apple's fanatical focus on style is what gives them that incredible edge.
And Walmart? Theirs is pure brute force buying power. Their core competency is a logistics and supply chain machine on a scale that's hard to even imagine. This lets them buy products cheaper than anyone else, which directly fuels their main competitive priority, having the lowest prices.
Okay, let's connect all these dots. We've seen this game from two sides now, from your perspective as the customer and from the company's perspective as the strategist. And it all works together in one big loop. On the left, you've got us, the customers. We have our key purchasing criteria, and we're always looking for that order winner. Well, that directly drives the company on the right to set its competitive priorities. And the only way they can sustainably win is by building a deep, hard-to-copy core competency.
So, at the end of the day, winning in business isn't magic. It's a disciplined process. It's about truly understanding what customers value and then building your entire company around a unique strength that delivers on that value better than anyone else can.
So I'll leave you with this thought. Think about your absolute favorite brand, the one you're really loyal to. What's the order winner that always gets you? And what do you think their real secret sauce, their core competency is that lets them deliver it time and time again? Once you start looking for it, you'll see this game being played everywhere.